Today I'm in Bridgewater, one of the largest towns in the county of Somerset. This once quiet market town now finds itself the most dangerous town in the region, with a crime rate 113% higher than the regional average. This has led to a number of shocking news reports, such as pretty British town where locals fear for their lives as teenagers carry machetes, and quaint town is a flea pit as drug dealers take over shops and machete-wielding teens run riot. Locals report they fear for their lives. How much truth is there behind the headlines?
I've been chasing knives and everything.
You've been chased with knives?
A lot of it is like stabbing, people carrying knives.
A couple of my mates have been set to outside like the corner where like.
So a lot of the reports that I've read, kids as young as 11 are dealing and carrying knives. Is that true? I've just parked up on the outskirts of Bridgewater. I'm now heading into the town centre. It's about a 5-minute walk, and as you can see behind me, there's an enormous abandoned building. I believe this once was the cinema. I think they've since replaced it and built a new complex just on the outskirts of the town. But you can see the size of this abandoned building here, Scott's Cinemas. Looks like it's been out of action for a number of years now. Let's cross over the road and check out this abandoned cinema. You can see much of the paint is falling off the walls here. It's all got shutters on now. All of the windows are boarded up along the way. Bridgewater over the years has always been a bit rough around the edges, shall we say. But nothing like the reputation that it finds itself with today. It seems over the last 10 years there's been a huge spike in antisocial behaviour and crime taking place within Bridgewater. A quick Google search will reveal staggering numbers of articles relating to these incidents that take place here. Tell me, mate, what's it like then? I've read a lot of reports of antisocial behaviour.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of a troublemaking place, like. But I've been here my whole life, so I'm used to it, innit? So
you're used to it?
Yeah, I've been chasing knives and everything.
You've been chased with knives?
Yeah, I'm alright though. I'm still, you know what I mean?
Still going?
Still going.
Does that not worry you?
Yeah.
Blimey, mate. I'll be honest with you, mate. I was no angel in Western.
Yeah.
And
Western's a dangerous place as well.
Yeah, Western's not a great place, mate. But it worries me that it's like normal to you. That's normal.
It's the usual down Bridgewater because how many like stabbings there are.
Is there a lot then? Is there? And a lot of the kids carrying knives?
Yeah.
Wow, that's scary.
Most of the kids have been moved into care because they're all carrying.
Because they're all carrying? Shit.
See that abandoned building over there?
Yeah.
People go in there and everything.
Do they? Why are they carrying knives then?
Because if they got beef with people, they try hurting them.
Ah, got you. Appreciate that. Knife crime in the UK has increased by 80% over the past decade. This increase is reflected in a rise in the number of people admitted to hospital for knife-related injuries and loss of lives. Worryingly, under 18s are the most likely age group to lose their lives to a blade. You can see the rows of shops lining the outskirts of Bridgewater. Last year, over 2,300 violent incidents took place here in Bridgewater, and that's just the ones that were reported to police. Can you imagine the numbers that went unreported? Statistically, these numbers are more in keeping with an area found within a city centre, not a small market town. I've been joined by one of the locals here at Bridgewater. Boss, what can you tell me about what's going on with the youngsters?
Well, drug mate. A lot of it is drugs, a lot of it is like stabbing, people carrying knives around. What reason, mate? Why? But most of it is drug related.
Most of it's drug related. There's a huge number of reports in regards to the antisocial behaviour, them carrying knives. And we're talking as young as like 12, 13
I also think a lot of that is because kids don't get disciplined at school now or home. They can do that like respect, like, you know. But when I was growing up, we got smacked for being naughty, like,
right.
You know, and you got taught right and wrong. Whereas nowadays, there's none of that. There's no respect, no discipline, you can't do that because of this. Like, kids can get away with murder now.
Literally. It does seem there is no deterrent, is there? They might get caught with a knife and they do nothing.
Nothing comes of it, no. And the police are stretched, all council, everything was underfunded, everything is stretched, so you know, there's just no money for anything.
Thank you ever so much for your time today, mate. One problem that's hit the youth of Bridgewater hard is the county lines epidemic that's sweeping across the nation. County lines is where criminal groups and gangs from larger urban areas target small and medium-sized towns. Using a number of tactics, they persuade, coerce or force young and vulnerable people to store and transport substances, money and operate in other criminal activity. These gangs are highly organised criminal networks that use sophisticated, frequently evolving techniques to evade capture by the police. Bridgewater has got countless articles relating to the county lines issues taking place in this town, and it seems many of the youths are being sucked up into this gang lifestyle. The town hotel there, This video is brought to you by Manscaped.com, the pioneers who brought you precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped are here to elevate your grooming game with their latest cutting-edge package, the Beard and Balls Bundle. The Beard and Balls Bundle includes 2 state-of-the-art trimmers, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the Beard Hedger. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra features their next-generation dual skin-safe blade heads, now with an upgraded trimmer blade, bigger LED light and an interchangeable foil blade for enhanced performance. One of my favourite features of the Beard Hedger is the turn wheel length adjustment and 60 minutes of runtime. This ensures no half-trimmed beard disasters. And the titanium-coated T-blade allows me to get a clean, smooth shave without the irritation of the dreaded shaving rash. Think of it as the ultimate tag team for grooming. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra and the Beard Hedger both uphold the same features that we've all come to love. A rechargeable battery, USB charging, RPM technology, and they're still waterproof. Join the 11 million men worldwide who have put their confidence in Manscaped. Revamp your grooming routine with the Beard and Balls Bundle today. When you use my promo code JOEFISH20, you'll get 20% off plus free shipping at the checkout. That's 20% off plus free shipping at the checkout using the discount code on screen now or the link in the description at manscaped.com. Massive thanks to Manscaped for sponsoring today's video. The Angel Place Shopping Centre, we'll take a wander in there in a moment. The Istanbul traditional Turkish barbers. But as you can see, so far, there is no closed down shops to be found in Bridgewater town centre. I have to say, on first impressions, Bridgewater looks alright. All of the shops are open, and it's not often I get to say that on my travels across the UK nowadays. I'm now in the town centre of Bridgewater, and I just spoke to a local security guard who recognised me from the YouTube and informed me that there certainly is a huge problem with antisocial behaviour in the town, with many of the kids hanging around in gangs as young as 11, some of them getting caught with knives, shoplifting, substance abuse, selling drugs. The worrying thing is if this is what they're doing when they're 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, what are they going to be doing when they're 25? If they're already carrying knives at 11, 12, 13 and dealing in drugs, what is going to come of this town in 10 years' time when those youngsters are men? As you can see, a very pretty town centre. Much of the shops are open. There's the odd one that is closed, but not many, to be fair. Oftentimes I go to towns around the UK and there's a serious lack of employment that leads to the issues that is found in those places, but not in Bridgewater. Bridgewater is an industrial hub within the county of Somerset. There's huge numbers of industrial estates that surround the town. There's plenty of factory work, plenty of construction work to be had. So employment doesn't seem to be the issue that's causing these problems with the youngsters. Over the last 14 years, we've seen unprecedented cuts to youth services across the nation. According to data from the YMCA, over the last decade, youth services in England have experienced significant funding cuts of approximately 73% or £1.2 billion, meaning a substantial reduction in available funding for youth programmes and initiatives. This has resulted in a significant decline in youth centres and youth workers across the country. Just walking through towards the end of the high street here in Bridgewater now, I believe. I think there's a row of shops that continues further down there. We'll head out that way. I will say there's a very strong herbal smell in the high street here in Bridgewater. I think somebody's just walked past me blazing one up. Stonking the high street out. I may have spoke slightly prematurely in regards to the shops. Once you get about halfway down the main high street within Bridgewater, it certainly has a slightly different feel. As I said, there's a strong herbal smell in the air. Get stared out by people like that walking past you. And there is a number of closed down shops over the road in front of me. We'll head down those back streets now, find out what's down there. Many of the articles that I did read featured shopkeepers who are complaining about the rise in antisocial behaviour leading to a lack of business in the town centre. Is there any ties between this high antisocial behaviour and a cut in business for the business owners in Bridgewater? You can see a row of shops here next to the riverside in Bridgewater. Many of these were actually cafes and pubs, but it seems many of those now have been replaced with Turkish barbers, American nail bars and hair salons. I hate to ask, but it helps tremendously when you like, comment and subscribe. When I film content like this, I want it to go out to as wide an audience as possible, and with your help we can do that. Thank you. So what can you tell me, mate? Is it bad as they're saying?
Yeah, it is, like down Blake Gardens there in Bridgewater.
Oh, that's the park you told me to head down to in a minute.
Yeah, there's like people got stabbed down there, and there's like, it's all the druggies down there.
And you look at the articles though, and they're like kids that are like 11, 12, 13, 14 years old.
A couple of my mates been set to outside like the corner where, like.
So a couple of your mates have been set upon.
It was stupidity, like little gangs of kids, like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't hit them. Do you know what I mean? Like, because they're too young, like. Do you know what I mean? So they get away with it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
But yeah, I've read numerous articles about shoplifting, machetes.
Yeah, mate, gigs all the time, like. Do you know what I mean? Like, see them all the time, like. Yeah, way down by my way, like. They rob the shops, like. Take steak and shit like that. It's not good, like. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's all part of it, there, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, the way it's set up out, like. Do you know what I mean? Just to make society collapse, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I can see another closed down shop here.
The most recent data I could find revealed the proportion of proven offenders sentenced to custody for knife offences in 2023 was 28%. The average custodial sentence length for knife offences in 2023 was 7.2 months.
So what do you think is happening to our towns and cities across the country? It's not just Bridgewater that's dealing with a huge spike in crime and antisocial behaviour. It seems to be happening in many of the towns and cities across the country. Let me know in the comments below. I'm now heading towards an area in Bridgewater known as Blake Park. This has been a hub for much of the antisocial behaviour and violent incidents that have been taking place in the town, with a number of stabbings being reported. We're heading to Blake Park now and find out. You can see the CCTV sign there. So I'm now in the notorious Blake Park. You're a local of the town. What can you say about what's going on, mate?
It's just a hit and miss town, really, bro.
A hit and miss town.
Bro, it's just hit and miss. It's normal, innit? Generation, bro.
Why do you think they are walking around with knives, and what do you think's leading them to do this?
Fuck knows, bro. Everyone's got a reason, I guess.
A lot of the reports that I've read are like kids as young as like 11, 12, 13, dealing and carrying knives. Is that true?
I don't know, bro. Obviously, I don't know. A lot of things get, you know what I mean, exaggerated, innit? So.
And that was part of the reason, really, mate, is to see how much truth there is behind the headlines.
But obviously, yeah, bro, it's all fucking, you get me, it's all...
Thank you for your time today, I really appreciate it.
Cool, bro.
Thank you. Very traditional English park. You can see the bandstand there. Let's head this way. You can see the underpass here at Blake Park. Let's head through. It seems I'm now heading towards a residential area of Bridgewater. Many of the estates that surround qualify in the top percentile of deprived areas within the United Kingdom. Many of the children growing up in Bridgewater are doing so way below the poverty line. As you can see, there's lots of graffiti with the terrace rows of houses. Very typical residential area. But oftentimes, a lot of this starts at home, and a lot of the troubled individuals simply don't have anybody at home keeping them in line. It's almost like the parents don't care either. If the parents don't care and there's no deterrent at home, who cares what they do on the streets? That's how they look at it. You can see the Guy Fawkes statue here in Bridgewater. Bridgewater is home of the carnival. Well, there you are. You heard it yourself from the residents of Bridgewater. There really is a huge problem with antisocial behaviour and knife crime in this small market town in Somerset. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. I'll see you on the next one.